Squishy, hello, how are you doing? D&D indeed. We haven't started yet, but hi! Also, thank you for the hydrate bundle. I'm good, how are you? That is very good to hear. I'm also doing good. I did not realize the time shenanigans were a thing, but you know, twice a year. Yup. Twice a year that happens. Yup. Who could have known? I'm glad you're doing good though. That is very, very good. D&D gaming. Honestly, lately that is the channel because it's D&D or it's Baldur's Gate, which is basically D&D. So like, yup. Hello. Now we're actually starting. For real. Kind of. Got more donuts. Ooh, what kind of donuts? But yeah. It is D&D day. As per usual, when it is D&D day, it means that I cannot interact with chat the way that I usually do. Because I don't want to be talking over people all the time, and more importantly, I don't want to be talking over their streams. So I mute myself to talk to chat, which means that sometimes my responses may come a bit delayed, or they may be a bit broken up because I'm looking for lulls in the conversation so that I don't talk over them so that you guys can hear them, and also so that I can hear them, because, you know, it's kind of important to hear D&D in general. Glazed donuts, nice. Very nice, Gushy. Very nice. But yeah. So that is that. I will now join the voice call, and then we'll see what kind of shenanigans we get into this time. What actually did we end with last time? Oh gosh, I can't quite remember. Oh, we found a room? Oh, wait. No, I can't quite remember where we ended last time. But we'll do a walkthrough of it as per usual, and someone will remind me. I cannot do the thing today, I don't think, because I think we found a new room and had barely started looking through it, because we went into the slime room and we fought the slimes, or well, the ochre oozes. And we went through the hallway that was on the other side of the room there, and then yeah, we found another room. But anyways, I will join the voice call now, and yeah, we'll see what shenanigans happens. Hello.
Keeping the tradition going.
Yeah.
Ruining every stream since 19 always.
All right.
Also, Amberly, something text the voice for you.
I made a face. I was making a face, wasn't I? Someone clipped my face while I was looking over my glasses and posting it. I saw that. That is a joke that only we will get.
Yep.
Oh, that's the wrong.
Waiting for GM.
Ready for? Okay, I was making sure everyone was present. Like no one's deaf and still, right? Okay.
Summon me.
Summon me. I know. I'm coming.
Your sigils with blood.
Get in
Blood
here
of
before I start
innocence.
eating my dice.
There you go. I can even fetch. I remember to use my bookmark and fetch you right to the room. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll a die and see. And Isaac is not eligible for this to see if someone
Roll
would
the
like.
d20 with the teeth to see what result you get.
Because we're gonna. Why not? Let's do the whole recap for inspiration thing. It's fun that way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I roll a 2, it's a re-roll because that's Isaac. Mundle.
Oh, again.
Oh, did you do it last time?
Yes.
Alright, so I will re-roll it on Mundle then too. Because I couldn't remember who did it last time. Just because that way we don't have the same person doing it every time. Because you still have your inspiration, right?
I did?
I thought so.
I got inspiration from that?
I might have forgotten to say it, but yes, you do.
Okay, noting it down.
Better.
I'm back.
You want to try to recap even though you weren't here, Isaac?
I think I can try my best.
Interpretate
Right,
what you thought happened. Oh, fuck.
You get inspiration for Deet at least.
I
Alright.
do, because that's the last thing Deet needs.
Inspiration,
Okay.
I know.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm not doing my voice for the whole recap. So, last time on Radiant Citadel shenanigans,
The Fiend of Hollow Mine.
we went into this mine, right? And we were wandering along, and then there was this big old pit of bones, right? And it was either the bones or a very how deep was that drop? That was like 60 feet or something crazy.
It was about 60
we were
feet,
between it. We were between a shaft and a bone pile, right? And
yes. Yes.
That's a statement.
And we spent a long time deliberating on how to proceed because in the bone room, there was a very violent, goopy mess happening in there, and I believe there was also, let's see, something happened above us that caused a tremor. We don't know what that was.
Mm-hmm.
So going back up probably was not an option. And there was still a strong draft coming from the super dark, scary shaft of death, probably. Who knows? But Deet decided to choose for the group and went and charged the slimes in the bone room. And then we fought a bunch of slimes, and it was a good time. And then we got into... What did we find in this room? We didn't really find anything of import, if I remember correctly. Did we?
In this room, you were still in the middle of investigating
We were
it.
still kind of
You were in the middle.
searching.
Yeah, so... You basically nailed everything, so you can go ahead and take your inspiration. I can carry up on the last of that, because that was where we were picking up last time.
Okay.
You came into this room, we're searching it. And I believe it was, Finks had wandered up to the desk, and had found a series of drawings depicting, a cityscape, several drawings featuring a very large manor-type house, a vecindad, for anyone who is versed in Sansatlan stuff, and those specific drawings were labeled with the word home, so whoever uses this room, that is their home. As well as, once I find my tab that had the shit on it, there it is. as well as a sketch of Eatsman, the tiefling outside. I believe that's it. Yes, and then Finks had discovered half of a locket wrapped in paper. For those who are not aware what a locket was, that is a pendant that opens and closes. You can usually keep pictures in it, but is only one half of the locket.
Good time with the slime. We made 2 slimes into many slimes.
And you were, I think, in the middle of investigating said locket. Or not. You picked it up.
Until we made them know we can start our slimes.
What do you do with the locket?
Well, unwrap it to see what's on it.
Alright, you want to take a look at it? So, on the locket, you unwrap the paper, and the half you see contains a tiny, the locket is at most, and I'm very sorry, I don't know what this is centimeters, about, or actually no, I have a fucking measuring tape, hang on.
I also have the thing just open always, so you could just tell.
Okay, about an inch, roughly an inch.
2.5 centimeters.
Long, picture, pencil portrait of a warmly smiling woman. You do not recognize the woman, but based on common knowledge of what a locket is used for, because I will say this is common knowledge to probably most of you, you figure at whoever owns this locket, it's a loved one of some sort, a sibling, a spouse, a mother, a daughter. It's someone important to whoever owns this locket.
They're an adult, yes?
Yes.
And the species?
Maybe Faye is Dungeon Master.
They are human. At least as far as you can tell. They appear human.
They appear human.
As far as you can tell, human. You don't see any ears sticking out, but yeah, it's not like you can pull the hair back to check.
Interesting.
I rolled a... Oh god, wait, what? A 17 to investigate this bookcase?
You want to investigate the bookcase? Go ahead. You go ahead and roll an investigation if you haven't already.
I did, 17.
17? Excellent. So you, Leandra, start rooting through the bookcase. You find a mixture of fiction books, history tomes, and you also find a spell scroll of Lesser Restoration and a book containing the rituals for the Alarm, Find Familiar, and Illusory Script spells. So,
yeah.
I will write that down for you so you can pop that down. Here we go. Find... I'm just going
to... Wizard Leander can copy those, right? Somehow.
Yes. If you spend time, a wizard can in fact copy certain spells to their spell books.
Ooh.
I'm just going to take a screenshot of the text here, because that's going to be quicker than typing it all out. Because you can... And I believe the ritual books... My fellow DMs, I'm going to need to situation on this. Yeah. So the ritual books, since they are ritual spells, as long as you are a ritual caster, you can cast those directly from the book, or would you have to learn those?
I believe if it is a spell book.
It is a book containing the rituals for those spells. That is
the rituals are spells, so it is, in fact, so to speak, a spell book.
Yes. I'm just saying it doesn't specifically say spell book.
Yeah. No. To me, the wording is a book with spells, ritual spells more specifically.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could rule that just as easy, like, hey, if you have that book, you can cast the ritual spell. If you have the level of spell slot for it.
All right.
Yeah. Because you don't have to prepare ritual spells either.
That's the thing. And that's why I was asking. I was going to lean in favor of that, but I wanted to make sure there wasn't, like, to my other DMs in the room, a known rule that is not the case. So what we're going to say there, Leandra, to make this easier there for Naf, as long as you have the book that has those 3 spells in it, you can cast those without preparing them.
Ooh, awesome.
Since I'm assuming you don't already know those 3 spells. If you do already know those 3 spells, then it works exactly the same as always.
But I think I have one of them, but not the other 2, so...
Okay, so that's still helpful.
Oh, yes.
And Lesser Restoration, I believe, is normally a cleric spell, not a wizard spell. Or can wizards also? Let me look.
No,
Wizards...
it's not a wizard spell.
It's not a wizard spell. I am going to say, this is a bit of a house rule thing I was thinking of doing anyway, so I'm going to say this now. I will allow a wizard to learn a spell that is not on their spell list.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Because fuck it, why not?
Thank you.
So
Are you saying that for like blanket for all of the stuff that you do, or just?
yes, that is. I want to let that be a little house rule to make the wizard feel a little. Because I like the idea of everyone being able to use spell scrolls. Period. So to give the wizard an edge on spell scrolls, I figured opening it up to allow for wizards to potentially learn spells outside of their wheelhouse using spell scrolls would be fun. If I end up regretting this choice, I regret this choice and we rescind it later. But keep that in mind, you do not automatically learn it. You would have to spend time to copy it down. If you use the scroll, it will use it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think also it costs gold or something, right? Copying a spell probably costs gold, I think.
Yeah, it does.
It does. There is a gold cost with copying, yeah.
A gold cost or / material cost, really. So you have to get the materials.
Yeah.
Special inks and papers, technically.
Yeah. We'll revisit specifically that at a later date, but for now, that is your knowledge. You can learn this spell. You can cast this spell.
I think over there freaking out.
Kind of a big deal, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might be me sitting there really thinking about merging the spell list again because they took that away from us, and I really preferred that. And I understood the argument of, but then wizards don't get special spells. Like, well, what if we let wizards just learn all the spells? Fuck you. And they're special again.
And it's like, oh my god, because I'm over here like, okay,
Wizards be like all spells.
To a point, it does make sense, though. To a point.
Yeah.
And time is time. And I'm not saying there won't be I'm not saying there's not going to be a check to see if you successfully copy down a spell you wouldn't normally know. All right, I'm not saying you get this for fucking full free.
It's
depending on
important information, actually.
Sure.
Yes. There might be a check involved depending on the spell that you're trying to copy down. But let us continue. Just make a note that you have that stuff.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do in this room, or are you continuing on?
Is there anything we haven't searched yet?
There's... Leandra searched a bookcase. You've searched a desk.
I'm not in the game board. I don't know if you pulled anybody in.
Why are you... I did. Why aren't you there?
I don't know.
Fetch all players.
That's better.
Okay, you must not have been in Tailspire.
Oh,
You must have been in Tailspire when I fetched everyone. Okay.
I still... for some reason, I still have control of Deets. You should probably take that away.
All right. Continue.
Where did it get you to me, Isaac?
I'll do things. I got it.
That would actually make sense.
Continue role playing while I fix it.
Role play the proper way. Just slam. Token.
You just see in the corner like 2 little kobold legs sticking out of the floor.
Yeah.
None of that got picked up. Perfect. I assume you yelled, "Help, I'm stuck."
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's exactly how it would come through too. You just barely get part of it, and it's like.
I'm trying to decide if I should just go turn my fan off and just have all of my sensitivity put in here because I don't know how to fix that.
Maybe.
This is too much for the Minecraft.
Oh,
Let's see. Hold on.
You reach the same pitch that Isaac does when he screeches and it doesn't pick him up on his mic, picks him up on mine.
a wizard with spiritual weapon would be fun.
Isaac!
Sorry, you got me. You got me with that, Amberly. You got my brain going. Fuck.
Isaac's gonna play a wizard next time.
I probably
He's gonna
not.
destroy the campaign.
No. Look, do I want to play Valerian in the fucking Outer Planes campaign? Yes, but that doesn't mean that I should.
We just all play wizards.
I disagree. I think that totally means you should. Do it.
Anyway, I've completely derailed him with this. You're in a
The
room.
DM derails the player.
But-
It's an achievement. Unlocked.
I have no diploma myself.
The
You're in a
DM
room.
derails the player DM.
Yeah, I did. You're in a room. You're in the process of investigating, or perhaps you've decided you're finished investigating the room. You can go back. There's a path forward you can see. You do know somewhere.
The other cupboard?
No one has
Oh,
taken.
Stephen is gone.
I can't remember what way we actually came from.
You
It
came.
came from the other way.
From upstairs.
You came from
Just the
over
staircase that goes
Ah,
upwards.
You came
Okay.
for this one.
Nice.
Okay, there we go.
If we want to see what else there is to find, we need to go this way.
Hold on, Stephen's not here.
I forgot.
He left. I think the chickens are in danger again.
Oh no, not the chickens.
I mean, I don't know, I'm just assuming.
Why would you just assume that?
Yeah.
Because it is the most
It's
logical
Michael.
explanation for why he would immediately leave this urgently.
Why does that cannon thing look all floppy?
What cannon?
Oh.
That's a joke.
No.
Probably like some sort of like gag.
No,
Yeah,
I meant above
I
the
didn't
in the
think that's
gift
what that
Mundle
was.
sent.
Apologies, we
No.
have a potty training child, so I had to run away before an accident happened.
Oh.
Rip.
The chickens are okay though. Hawk is
Yeah.
gone.
That's-
Yo. Chickens are safe. So anyways.
You,
was I
what you're saying?
We should go this way.
Have we,
And proceed deeper into.
have we searched this cupboard already?
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
that our big bad guy was doing. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I did last time.
Yeah, that you might have. If you had, I told you what was in it, but
Yeah.
which I believe, assuming you had and that you succeeded, that there was just more books in it. So
Books. Yeah. Here, just for the sake of argument, I rolled a 19. There's books. Okay, bye.
there's books. Yeah. More books,
Hey.
more fiction and non-fiction books.
So, once again, mage hand out in front, making sure
Okay.
there's nothing on the ground.
Gotcha.
Oh right,
Sounds
yeah.
good.
We're just going along, la la la.
Pick up deep.
The wind is still absurdly loud, correct?
Yes, still howling, still loud, still wind, still going.
Lavender lemonade kombucha. It's the best.
It's also pitch black if I remember correctly, so
It is. So if anyone who does not have
Karos-
dark vision cannot see shit.
Yeah,
I
Taro.
believe we all
torch,
have dark
still.
vision now.
Nope.
Nope.
Taro
Taro?
has a torch.
You know, yeah, that's probably wait.
So
Yeah.
as do me a favor and stop right there. By the way, just so I can actually
Okay.
everyone else just bumps
With
into the
deep in
back.
hand.
with Deet in hands. As you enter this, you're very, very deep down at this point. As you enter this room, it opens out into a sizable cavern. The ceiling appears to be, you'd estimate, easily 30 feet high. You see some strange symbols just with your dark vision, there are strange symbols just etched all across the walls. To your right, you see the skeletons of 2 huge creatures embedded. One embedded in the east wall, the other coiled around an altar coated in filthy feathers.
Filthy feathers, huh?
Filthy feathers. In the center of the chamber, you also spot what you, based on what you see above, what you assume must be the bottom platform of the elevator.
So this is where the elevator is supposed to go. Interesting. Perception check.
Okay, go ahead.
To look for anything that might still be moving. Or some such dangers.
Dangers and some such.
No.
No.
Hold on. Let me actually give you a number. 8.
8. Perfect. Yeah, you certainly don't see anything scuttling about. You don't see any signs of movement, or if there had been any rats or bats or anything in here, they've scuttled out of sight at hearing your approach, if they somehow heard your approach over the wind.
Okay.
Deed's gonna use magical awareness.
Okay.
In this room. As an action, you can open your awareness to the presence of concentrated magic until the end of your next turn. You know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover. When you sense a spell, you learn what school of magic it is.
Or any spell or item?
Spell or magic item.
Spell or magic item.
Within 60 feet.
60
You don't. You.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You don't sense a spell per se, but there is something necromantic happening in this room.
Does Deet want down?
Yes.
Get down, Deet.
Deet goes down. That's adorable.
Please be
Also very interesting. Nothing seems to be alive though.
I think, but bones might dance. Yes.
Certainly possible.
Dancing bones. Oh, that just sounds lovely now, doesn't it?
Just gonna send a message to you. Just careful. Dealing with a lot lately.
I
don't want to see anyone else hurt. It's like, did you not catch me? I said, be careful. We've been dealing with a lot lately. I don't want to see anyone else get hurt.
Oh, okay. He struts around with overconfidence. Well, I don't know about all, but I don't think that.
Yes.
I'm not seeing anything alive down here. There's no reason to bring it around, and we don't necessarily see a source. This.
I mean, you see an altar. Yeah, you see an altar, and you see some kind of awful scroll on the walls.
What do you all make of that writing?
What languages does it appear to be in?
What languages do you know?
Common and Giant.
None of the ones you know.
Same.
None. Nope.
Not that I think Deet has the intelligence, but what do I know?
Common, Dwarvish, Halfling, Undercommon?
No.
Common, Draconic, Goblin.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does not appear to be a language any of you recognize. but there is imagery alongside the script.
Wait, no, hang on.
How? Oh no. Hello?
Hello? Oh.
Okay.
I think
Oh no.
Isaac is a robot,
Isaac's having a problem.
and Steven's gone.
Oh
I'm right
no!
here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I have comprehend languages, so if we just stay here for 10 minutes, I can do a little ritual and touch the wall and understand what's written.
Can I?
No.
That's not a physical object.
It's not.
Oh.
Fucking. Just pretend Dietz clambered up the horn of this thing and is just kind of hanging there.
As Deet is clambering up the horn of this thing,
Oh boy.
we're gonna pause here for a second to let Isaac come back properly.
Uh-oh. Wait. Oh yeah, Isaac got fully gone now.
Oh, wait, Isaac's
Maybe the bones
thing is
can.
fully shat itself.
Maybe the bones can. Maybe. I can't speak today.
Rip.
Uh-oh.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Just hear Isaac in the background. Ah!
Well, I'll say this while we're waiting for Isaac. When Leandra suggests the doing the comprehend languages spell, Carl would have been like, okay, I'll stay by you while you do that.
Okay. So, to catch Isaac
Isaac's
up,
back.
Leandra and Caro are. Where are you guys doing this spell? If you want to move your tokens really quick.
Where's the writing?
It's all about the room, really.
Okay.
It's all along primarily it's like along like this wall back here.
Okay, then Leandra would probably move a bit closer and set up shop there to do the...
Deet's crawling on the horn.
I'll put that right there, right behind her.
Okay. So Deet's calling the horn. What is you and Finks doing? Separately or together?
He's gonna just look for an exit. Like, he just looks around.
You do see...
Very inviting place here. I'll look for a way out of this very inviting place.
You do, as you walk towards that area, you do see a large tunnel this way.
Anything when I look down the tunnel?
It just seems very, very like a very long, dark corridor to you.
I need to be summoned.
Oh, my bad.
On the positive note of me not having dark vision, we can actually see the color in this room, so that's cool.
And what are you doing there, yo? Just looking at Deet?
Staying near Deet just in case something spooks him.
So
He's acting up.
So speaking of, as Deet is crawling around on this skeleton, they start to shake and move. The one in the wall tears itself from the wall as the one that Deet is currently clambering on raises itself up and starts to stand. I'm going to need initiative.
Yay!
Oh, good.
As these two massive creatures pull themselves from the walls and the floor.
Oh!
So that but bones, right? So that but bones?
That but bones, yes. That's the best I could get, but bones, yes.
Sorry, not sorry.
Deet on one of these things.
We
the
knew it was
dragon
gonna
you
happen
could
as
shrink
soon as we saw
down,
the bones.
right? Amberly?
They're not dragons.
No, but you could shrink it down, those other things. So yeah. it's fine.
No, this is more accurate to what it is.
Oh, okay. So it's still horrifying either way.
It's the. This is a more accurate representation of what it is. Just so basically that, but bones. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, cool.
They gave me dinosaurs, guys.
All right. So real quick, is Deet on one of these things, or does Deet need to make a dexterity saving?
Deet will need to make a dexterity save come their turn. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. I got a decent initiative this time. Like the last time, I think I had like a
Look at
5.
that.
Oh, well, they're gonna be in there as that, but that's not what they are. That's fine. Where is their initiative? God. Let's see. I just want to check their initiative here. Okay, so it's that and that respectively. Okay. 25 to 20.
21.
1. Okay. 20 to 15.
19.
15.
Okay. 15 to 10.
12.
10.
Okay. Alright. That's the turnover then. So that is. Why does it keep on putting you at first?
I don't know.
You was just first.
You was just always first. Always you.
Rules.
So
You are
D,
always first.
this massive, bony creature lifts itself onto its feet. And as it's standing, tries to shake off. It doesn't actually have horns, I should say. You were just climbing atop its skull. The best skull they gave me was a dragon skull. And tries to shake you off its, we'll say, big old brow ridges that you've clinged onto. Give me a dexterity save really quick. This will just affect whether or not you're prone at the start of your turn here.
I got you. Okay, hold on. Abilities. What is my a +2? Okay. That's a 5.
That's a 5.
Don't you have advantage on dexterity saves?
Yes, you do. I believe if you have danger sense,
I
you
do.
Danger sense.
I don't roll
Danger.
Danger.
Natural 20.
Oh yeah!
So, mechanically, this thing is not grappled by you, but you are still on it.
Clinging for dear
You
life.
are clinging. Yes, you are more just clinging for dear life to this thing as it is viciously trying to shake you off, and that is where your turn will start.
Okay, I think Dee was not prepared for the such sudden awakening and is going to, wow, let me try that again. Out of instinct, is gonna let out just the loveliest, horrible screech you've ever heard.
Tuesday night.
What does this do? Yeah, the draconic cry. You let out a cry within 10 feet of you. Till the start of your next turn, you and your allies have advantage on attack rolls against the enemy that could hear you. You can use this 2 times for long rest. So within 10 feet of me.
So you're probably on his head, so it's gonna be like...
So that should hit both of them.
Okay.
Although, wait.
You specify if it says creature or enemy. What does it say?
It says enemies.
Okay, so yeah. It will not hurt your allies.
And then,
So that does specifically...
and that was my action. I don't think I can...
Reread to me what that does really quick, just so I know what this has done to them.
Okay. You let out a cry within 10 feet of you until the start of your next turn. You and your allies have advantage on attack rolls against the enemy.
Got it. Okay.
Nice.
I might have been also pulling up a stat sheet while you were saying that, so it's like,
No,
wait a
you're
second,
good,
I didn't
you're
quite hear. So y'all have advantage
It's
on
all
things.
good.
All right, yeah.
And then... Oh, no, wait. That was a bonus action. I still have an action. My bad. Okay, hold on. I think Deet's just gonna take their skillet and just start smashing this thing's head.
Okay. So roll attack.
Just bang, 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 bang.
Back down, get down! Stop dancing!
That is a 23.
Yeah.
And I'm not raging, so oh baby, that's
Dinosaur
that
indeed.
is 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Skelly Diney.
6 points, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you start, and this is bludgeoning damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So-
yeah.
So you start wailing with your skillet on this thing's head, and it is leaving some heavy cracks in its skull.
Mm-hmm.
Karo, there are two... How familiar is Karo as a ranger, would you say, with extinct creatures?
Skelly Dineys, indeed.
I mean, his entire business was off of getting monster parts and selling them, so
Give me a nature check.
pretty familiar.
Give me a nature check. I was trying to decide if it was going to be nature or history that was going to have you roll, since I was like, if anyone's going to be somewhat familiar, we'll...
Let's
just want to see if one of you knows what these are.
Nature. Oh, good. They're both terrible.
Yay!
That sounds really
Not
cool,
proficient
Gushy.
in nature.
That sounds really cool.
You know, that could have been worse. Total is 12.
Okay. They're dinosaurs. They're dinosaurs. You're not...
Dino.
You're not specifically sure what kind, but they look too small to be a T-Rex.
Their bones either way. Those might
Yep.
sell well, so let's try to
Yeah.
keep those intact.
It's your turn.
He is going to.
It's like 10 minutes. That's
Okay,
a lot. That's a long fight.
Here, and go there. He's gonna reach behind his back, take both the axes in his hand, and fling them both at the one in front of him.
Okay, the one that Deet is on?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move Deet just to be like flying on
go
so I
for
can
it.
see.
Yeah.
We'll probably, since this is the Skelly, they'll probably aim for like the spinal column and try to separate some bones or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But I have advantage, right, Deep?
Yes, you do.
Oh, yes. On a natural 20, but it's a natural 18 plus 8. So
Yeah.
26.
Yeah, it hits.
Second one.
I don't know. I think that might miss.
8. So the second one's a 16.
Okay, and you were shooting this guy. Let me make sure you're not. Yeah, okay.
Throwing axes specifically.
Throwing
Yeah,
axes.
alright.
That's right.
Yeah, so does a 16 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll make sure. So that is. There's no damage. I know it's a d6 for each of these, but it's plus 4. So the first one is 9 slashing. Second one is 8 slashing.
8 slashing.
My God.
8 slashing and 9 slashing, so total of 17 slashing.
17 slashing on that one. You throw the 2 axes, and while they definitely seem to ping off the bones and unsteady the creature, they don't sever the column like you were hoping.
Yeah, and then he's just stepping in front of Leandra so that there's some gaps. Go back up, Squishy.
Right. So where are you moving, you said?
Oh, he's already there. It's where he's standing, just between,
Okay.
around her to the side.
Gotcha. Alright, Yua.
You gotta be kidding me. Yua is going to kind of take a quick stutter step back and just stare at these things, taking in their form, and then becoming fairly certain they're not draconic, so feeling a little bit less worried about the whole situation, in spite of their shape, and then taking advantage of Karo's actions, going to kind of do a leaping kick combo on the neck of this creature, and that's going to be one main action attack and then a bonus action melee attack at advantage. That's a 17 on the die for the first attack, and then 2 16s on the die. So
Okay.
that would be 20 20 plus for both.
They both hit.
I think they both hit, yeah.
They both hit, yes.
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly, they both hit.
A 16 hit, so pretty sure natural
I get
16
to
will
play with my
hit.
new toys.
Yeah, and we're just doing bludgeoning damage for this.
Yeah.
Friendly Nathco pet one.
Oh, that's gonna be
Really.
it's 11 damage on the first one.
Uh-huh.
Not so
Yeah,
convinced.
so this first attack you land on this thing, crumbles it. The one that Deet is on.
Oh.
But he is on top of
And
one
then
of
the
them.
second
So
one just hooks the skull and just sends it flying across the room. With
Basically,
attack.
with Deet, yes!
Wait.
Dexterity check. As you will slice your ass flying across the room.
Does it take fall damage?
Only if you fall from a height greater than 5 feet.
Well, roll a
That's
dexterity
gotta be-
check first here.
Oh, fuck it. Wait. Which I still have. Do I still have fit?
Yeah, danger
I don't-
sense. Yes,
Yeah, you still have advantage. You can
It's-
see me. You can
Yeah,
see
you
my
can
leg coming for you.
Okay. 21.
21.
Ooh, wait. Can I kick the one head into the head of the other one?
Sure.
Or
Just
do it?
passing the D from one skeleton to the other.
No, we're not gonna have that happen. Deet just managed to not get sent careening into the other skeleton. Deet, you managed to see it coming and actually let go and drop yourself safely onto, we'll say, the altar behind you.
Okay. Sweet.
Good going, Deet.
The skull
Yeah.
does in fact, here, I'm gonna drop you out of fly, does in fact smash into the other dinosaur, and we're gonna make it do a d4 of bludgeoning. Yeah,
Max.
as it
Max damage.
as it slams into the other one. I'm not telling you how much it was. I'm not telling you. Leandra!
I didn't move yet.
Oh, you didn't move yet. I'm sorry. I didn't think you were gonna move.
I wrap around to this side. There's a quick dart underneath its claws. And now I am done.
Okay.
Leandra.
Let's see. Carl's torch, how far, light? How far light go?
How far light go?
It's
Well, I
10
believe
feet of
like
bright,
yeah.
10 of dim, so it's 20 feet altogether. You can see
Okay.
it.
Yeah, wonderful.
And if you had dark vision, you could see it anyway.
I don't.
Half no.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna Ray of Frost, the skeleton.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, catapult destroy this thing.
17.
17. That does hit. Yes.
Yay! Okay, put that there. And that is... Oh no, that's a D8. Ooh. Oh, fancy.
An 8?
Ha.
7 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Or,
7 points. You
Yep.
see some ice crystals start to form in the places where you've hit it. Typical Ray of Frost behavior, but it doesn't seem to impede its movement much. Not happy with the attack at all, but it's not. You know, it's not like it's weak to ice. We'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Finks. Unless Leandra wanted to move or anything.
No, Leandra very vividly remembers the battles that have been fairly recently, and is going to keep a distance.
Okay.
Yep.
So it is Sphinx's turn.
Just looks down the hallway, hears stuff behind him, like, what are you doing with the? Oh,
Yeah, you see a very large
living.
dinosaur.
I can't turn my back on them for 1 second.
You fucked up.
Just gonna run at it.
Mm-hmm.
Am I within 5 feet? No, not this way.
Yep.
Oh, but I do have feline agility. Another 30 feet.
You're within 5 feet.
Yes, but I want to get around so I can get advantage.
Yeah. Well, you technically already still have advantage because of Beat's ability.
Beat's ability.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm here now.
Yeah, we're here now.
We're here now. Booming Blade probably won't do anything, but we're gonna cast it anyways because it's better than just hitting it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if by basically nothing. Nope, that's probably not gonna hit it.
Yeah, plus what?
That's a 12.
Yeah, nope, that does not hit the. You
Hold on,
it
then we're
moves its
gonna.
leg right as you go to
Wait,
sweat.
hold on. I can still.
Oh, you do have advantage.
Right? That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
That's a dirty 20.
That does hit, yeah.
And we're gonna use a bardic inspiration die for this. What funny things could we do?
You update for Path of Titans. Ooh, nice. Fun update.
None of this. So we'll do a defensive flourish. D8 plus D6. 8 plus 6, so 14 slashing damage.
Okay.
And that was a 6, right? I have to remember that because that gets added to my AC now.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone need a bardic inspiration die? Sure, Yua gets one. Yua gets an bardic inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
As a bonus action.
You are not gonna regret that.
Get out.
You could use the die on the performance on that joke.
No.
And that's my action, my bonus action. Yep, I'm done.
All right. So that's the dead one. So we're just gonna remove that from the turn order. So
nice.
the living
That does sound
dinosaur
fun, Gushy.
is faced with two smaller creatures. Sort of looks between the two of you.
Bring it.
Gotta make a choice here.
Come on. Hit me.
Don't try to hit me, hit me.
And it's
Hit me.
going to
Hit me, baby.
swing its head and attempt to. Let me see. Yeah, it's gonna go for Yua.
Oh,
Yay.
It opens its massive mouth and attempts to bite down on you.
Bring it on.
There is my attempt. There it is.
I ain't scared.
That's an 11.
Haha, dodged.
Yeah.
Just fall
Yeah.
backward into a perfect arch.
I can't touch this.
Alright. That's all it can do.
Can I give my inspiration to Lee?
All right.
Can we just pass it around with you jokes?
This-
you're enjoying these jokes, aren't you? Aren't you?
You would know it.
Indeed.
You were gonna get ass.
You were the worst.
He's the worst.
Mm,
It is your turn, yes.
mm-hmm.
Oh, very nice, Cushy. That sounds
Oh, that-
amazing.
Coffee went down the wrong. Ow, that hurt. Okay. Ugh. Okay. What is Little Deed gonna do? I think Little Deed is gonna
Deet.
Deed.
Deed's gonna let out a very loud belch and fire a firebolt at this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll use the red one. So that is, what is my bonus for that? 4. That is a dirty 20.
That hits.
That's a D12. I'm not gonna make that mistake.
That's a D12.
I'll do it. It'll be fun.
Do it for an entire campaign. Do it for an entire session. Do it.
Aw, baby. That's only 3
I
points
dare.
of fire damage.
3 points. All right. Yeah, you send a little bolt of fire at it. It sort of pings off. One of its little bones, one of its ribs, leaving a little scorch mark. Car, are you moving or anything else?
I'm Deet is gonna hide under the massive ass of this thing.
The bony butt.
All right, Kara.
Just running. Okay. He's gonna run over and pick up his axes and then keep charging at this one and try to do the same thing and double axe it on the neck and sever this one off.
Mm-hmm.
He's just going for melee, not for range.
Yeah.
Which is a different thing because it might be fun.
Yeah.
Well,
Might be
that's
fun.
probably not going to hit. That's a 13.
That just hits.
Oh,
Hey.
shit. Yeah. I'm going from a +8 to a +3 to attack.
Yeah.
Oh, dirty 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So first one is 7.
Yep.
Second one is 5.
Okay.
13 slashing damage.
13 slashing.
Runs up
Mark at its
and
legs.
whack. Then I'm standing underneath it.
All right. Yua.
Yeah. You was following that up with a high kick. Real quick. Woo! Flanking is enough. I've got a 9 + 7, 16 to hit.
We put this. I don't think there's any way you're not killing this thing.
Yeah, especially when you take 8 and double it to 16 damage.
Yeah.
And it just kicks right up through the vertebrae, disconnecting the skull.
Yep. And the two skeletal allosauri crumble.
Bones just rain down on him. I want him to catch the skull.
Oh, yes.
So he can, like,
I had a feeling. I had a feeling that somehow the encounter I was looking forward to the most is going to be the one that was done in 5 seconds.
Bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
This are. Yeah.
vulnerabilities are a bitch.
Yeah, they can't be. And it's like,
I had no way of doing that bludgeoning damage, by the way. So
No.
oh, yeah. Well, I mean, like, they're not resistant to, like,
I'm not telling. I'm not saying that. Hey, continue on. You're in a game here.
anyway, I got the skull.
Yeah. You got
I'm gonna
the
take
skull.
this home later.
You was actually picking up the claws and giving those a look. Like, ooh.
All right.
Doesn't take much to take apart a skeleton.
That
How many
does not.
claws?
I'm just more just gonna pull this up as sort of a chance to see how damaged anything is.
Mhm.
I should have had this open to me from the get-go, but I didn't because I'm smart.
No, you're DM. You're juggling. It happens.
Juggle.
Oh, come on, load faster, please. There we go. Yeah, give me give me a nature. Whoever is
Nature.
give me a nature.
Nature.
Ooh. Hell yeah! I'm gonna add.
You-
Hold on, I'm gonna add that bardic inspiration real quick
You do that,
because I know I'm gonna need that.
Mine
Gonna
ain't that
need
good.
that.
There also still is bardic inspiration.
All right. So my nature is a -2, but I rolled an 18 on the die, and then I rolled a 5 on the bardic inspiration. So I have a total of 21.
Okay,
Checking out them claws.
so the DC was an 8.
Hell yeah!
I figured I could point it out because it was just like, alright, good.
I wanted to blow this out of the water.
So yeah, the claws on on both specimens perfectly intact. So you can easily pluck every you managed to exhume every claw from both. Are you doing hind claws and foreclaws or just the slashy foreclaws?
Oh, all of them.
All of them. So that's gonna be Allosaur knowledge. That's gonna be 6 of the big old curved slashy claws. And because I believe they are 3-fingered handses, and that's gonna be I forgot Allosaur's fucking foot. And then so go ahead and say like 6 slashing claws, and then just say Allosaurus claws for the others because I can't remember off the top of my head how many foot claws there are.
Okay.
And I'll give you the information for both groups are gonna weigh 6 pounds each, we'll say.
Right.
Do we still need turn mode?
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe we do not. You do not? There we go, sorry. I don't know if anyone else wanted to poke and prod at the bones or what else you were doing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna set the skulls to the side for now, so that we can just take the whole thing later.
Leandra would go back to doing her little ritual to be able to comprehend the language on the wall.
Okay.
Gush says
So-
4 feet claws.
There are 4 claws on an Allosaurus foot?
Seems so.
Seems so. Okay, so you have 8 Allosaurus foot claws.
Well, wait,
And-
if it's 8 per foot.
No,
Okay.
8 total. 4 on each foot. 4 on each foot.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and there's 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's 2 of them. I'm
So
sorry.
everything's-
There's 16.
So everything's doubled.
Yes. So from
So 16.
and 12. 16 and 12. So, well, actually, that would say that's 12 pounds per then.
Yep. 12 and 16 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, bleh. So, unless there's anything anyone was going to be doing while Leandra is casting that spell,
28.
Actually, I'd like to send dancing lights down the long corridor down here.
okay.
They have a range of, let me see, 120 feet.
120 feet. It definitely gets down the range. It's a pretty long tunnel.
Is the wind coming from there?
There is wind
Certified
coming
dinosaur
from there.
nerd indeed.
Alright, once we're done here, I think I found a possible exit, maybe. And next time we find any bones, how about we do not wake them up?
Yua has picked up one of those.
Just stares at you blankly and then licks an eyeball.
Yeah,
Yua
that's- that's the about response I expected.
Yua picks up one of the skulls and then tries to kind of hold it over Deet's head and move the jaw like it's covering like Deet's head is inside of it. It's now his head.
So that's
Everyone's
happening.
Everyone's just trying to distract Leandra.
Leandra's ability to concentrate is
No, it's
amazing.
really epic.
I briefly contemplated if you have to roll a check to see if you would have to spend extra time on the spell, but I'm not gonna be that mean.
No, do it. It's funny.
I'm up for it.
Alright, fuck it. Roll a wisdom saving throw to see if you have to spend an extra five minutes trying to concentrate on this.
Maybe Carol can give her advantage by holding her ears shut.
Just holding her hand.
I feel like that would just be more distraction. Right, that would up the DC.
15.
15, yeah. Does Leandra have siblings?
She does now.
Alright, you see your little siblings causing a ruckus while you're trying to study back home, so this is nothing. You manage to concentrate on the spell, cast it, and to scroll to the... Okay. You... As part of the spell, you kind of get the sense that the language scrawled across the wall is abyssal. And the text is, and while it's odd, the way the text is, it's not written in a sense where it is a cohesive narrative that you could read in an easy fashion, but more a depiction of events. Some of the... It doesn't help in some places the wall has crumbled or been damaged. Perfect translation is not possible. But you are able to understand that in this room was used to twist an innocent creature into an envoy of a demon named Pazuzu, and being used to spread corruption through the region.
And that
Boy,
Pazuzu, that's the same person we read about in the room with the lady, right?
Yes. I
Pazuzu.
believe so, yes. Let me double check. Yes.
Pause for like
Yes.
so-
That, you read about Pazuzu and
Pazuzu.
and his former disciple's not the right word, but it's the only one that's coming to my mind. Disciple will say Orencio.
Gotcha. So,
And the creature depicted has a bit of an owly look to it.
okay.
Owly.
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 So, I suppose that might be one explanation for the mysterious disease, then?
Certainly a bit on the concerning side.
I would say so, yes.
Shite. But, So now we need to try and find this creature that's been manipulated by Pazuzu.
It would seem so, yes.
Is there further to go? Do we need to leave? Question.
The wind here doesn't feel natural. Could just be whatever's if this started this is lower. They said it was coming from this area.
Further detail for you, Finks, as you had been putting your light down the tunnel.
I was in the toilet really quick, sorry.
You're fine. But further detail for you as you had been semi-sending your light and checking out the tunnel. You did notice that the scrolls sort of continued down that tunnel from this room, and that the tunnel is also littered in the same filthy feathers that cover the altar. And a breeze, as I mentioned before, the wind does flow from that tunnel. You also saw gouge marks in the floor, so something with long claws had been walking down it.
I forgot about the feathers. What kind of feathers are they?
1 second, and you also have the faint scent of smoke coming from that tunnel as well. The feathers give me a I'm gonna have you give me 2 checks. Give me a nature check and an art and a religion. Yeah, religion.
Nature and religion.
Give me a nature check and a religion check.
Well, the nature's a 9.
Okay.
Religion's a 12.
Okay. So you gather that they vaguely look like they could be some kind of owl feather. But they're from no owl you've ever seen, and they reek of demonic influence.
Stolas?
Stolas? Yes, actually.
Oh god.
You know what? That's actually not that far off.
Stolas, yeah.
Yeah, that's not that far off.
They'll do message to Leandra. I don't know what this is, but whatever it is, it's not from this place. Something a lot more evil.
Something perhaps related to Pazuzu?
Probably. Whatever that is.
A demon. It was a demon, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would assume evil. Would Leandra recognize them as something owl-like feathers? Because since the person depicted was owl-like.
I'd say it would be a fair assumption, but give me a nature as well.
Okie dokie. Ooh. That's a 9 on the die. What is my nature? 11.
11? Yeah, you're reasonably confident that there's an owl creature depicted on the wall, there are feathers here, it's an owl. And you also get the feeling, looking at the feathers, looking at the picture, that this might have been something you might have spotted in the dark at one point.
Oh.
If you'll recall, at one point, a owl had flown overhead, a large one.
Oh.
While you had been traveling.
Right. Okay. Now, wait just a moment, because so this creature had been changed somehow, as written by the text. That was an owl-like creature, and that looks much like. I also feel like we might have seen it in the dark at some point, flying overhead. That.
Awesome.
It's worrying, essentially.
Okay.
keep an eye out in case anything decides to fly over us or otherwise, even in here.
Yeah. We probably should be vigilant. Probably a good idea.
Just always gonna have my bow at the ready, just in the sake of sakes, while we travel.
The smart thing to
Okay. So, are you heading down the tunnel?
I guess so.
Yep.
With the dancing lights always 120 feet in front of us.
Okay. So it's definitely going to take you a decent amount of time to travel down the tunnel.
What's a decent amount?
I'm gonna say a good hour of walking.
Ooh,
Oh,
An hour.
that's a hell of a tunnel.
no
That's
more
a hell of a tunnel.
comprehend languages.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Oh,
Secret tunnel. I'm going to switch us back over to the... Where is it? The little... what's it called? The theater of the mind area, because we have left the region of provided maps.
At what point do we actually just take a short rest? Because that's a long walk.
I'll allow it. Like, as long as you guys aren't, especially if you guys do stop to like give your feet a rest partway through, I'll allow you all to have a long rest as you're traveling through this tunnel.
A long rest?
Oh, no, sorry, not a long rest. Short rest. Short rest. Short rest. Short rest.
I need a long
misspoke.
rest. Fuck.
No, that is an 8-hour rest. A short rest is like an hour or two. No.
This is a pretty solid tunnel. We'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, if you decide to take a nap in the tunnel, I'm not gonna. If you decide to take a kip for the night, I'm not gonna stop you. But
No. I don't want to get got in the middle of the
What
tunnel.
Short rest at all to like give spell slots back, or is that just long rests?
that
Depends
long
on your
rest.
class.
Depends on your class. Warlocks get spell slots back on short rest. Everyone else gets them on long rest.
Okay, where do I see that?
Certain
You-
class abilities are in
Yeah,
short
certain
rest.
class abilities might come back on a short rest. It's fully dependent on what class you are. Take a look at your shit. See what comes back on a short rest. See what does not.
It's been a while since I played Caro, and so on my head I was like, oh, I did great in that fight, and then I realized I should have been rolling d8s on top of everything else.
Oh, also everyone that regains hit points regains 1d6 more hit points because I have a.
Not that any of you really lost any hit points, but you know.
It could be still from the other fights. But
I was down hit points from the fall with the slimes and everything like that, so I'll roll one of my die for that. What's my hit die? It's 10, right? Yes, it's a 10. Where are my 10s? There you are. That's unfortunate. I rolled a 1. What's the extra for that?
1d6.
Oh, okay, it's a 5 at least. Okay, so that's 9. Okay, yeah, that puts me back to max.
there you go.
Yes. Giving a
That's
slight.
cool.
Okay, I get proficiency bonus amounts of dice of this back, and the bardic inspirations anyone had are now gone because they only last 10 minutes.
I used mine.
I don't think I get spell slots back. I'm just gonna not take.
Alright, so as you make your way through the tunnel, about an hour passes, and you start to make your way, you start to see light. Not daylight, but the light of the moon. It is start to get a bit night has fallen at this point as you make your way out of the tunnel and into a cenote, a large, quarried out almost looks like I'm trying to describe it. It almost looks a bit like a sinkhole, but rather than being a place where the ground is clearly fallen in, it's more like a circular divot in the ground, like a round quarry almost that has been abandoned. You come out of that, and above, you can see from the top, at the top of the cenote, you can see buildings, and the size and shape of the buildings leads you to believe that you're in San Citlan right now. You're in the city. You're in a abandoned cenote somewhere in the city of San Citlan. And as you exit the tunnel and look around, those of you with dark vision who can see out farther can see amongst the old scaffolding, you can see the less fortunate members of the city, some of them sort of curled up and, using the old scaffolding as a sort of makeshift shelter. A few of the closer ones kind of look at you with surprise to see people exiting the tunnel.
Wow.
Well, this is interesting.
Yes, but none of them approach you.
How did nobody know about this?
Very good question.
We're walking for about an hour.
But
It took us like a day and some change to get here in the first place to the mines, right?
Yes, but you didn't leave from San Citlan. You were from you went from Mirazul, I believe. So that was a different town.
Different town. We haven't been here before.
You have not been here before.
Right. Now I'm just trying to think like.
So. Hello, people. Do you know what's at the end of this tunnel?
You see several folks kind of look at each other warily before one kind of stands and kind of climbs down one of the ladders, sort of shuffles their way a little closer. They've got a sort of both thick, ratty. It's thick fabric, but it's weathered and a bit worn and a couple holes in places. Poncho, and looking at you. The old hollow mines. Quarry.
Yes.
Cenotes to be part of it. That place has been abandoned for years. What are you doing in there?
We were investigating this sickness, disease, something like that. It has been originating supposedly from the mine. And
Looks alarmed. Serrano. And you just hear them murmuring Serrano amongst the...
Serrano.
Yeah.
Careful, you might cause a panic.
And we found some things of interest, but I'm surprised. Has anyone traversed down there and not come back? Or do you guys just stay away?
Well, we would go in there. It's abandoned. Some of the miners said it was cursed. They dug up those bones and bad omens, Don't want to go down there. It's not safe.
Well, somebody made a home out of it. Are you at all familiar with a large, feathery creature? Something reminiscent of an owl that has been twisted by a demonic entity originating from this mine. Anyone heard stories of something like that?
Give me a persuasion check.
But
Yeah. So the guy kind of stares at you and narrows their eyes and sort of backs off, like, what are you spouting? And no one else seems to pipe up, but several people are sort of making their way out and sort of looking at you curiously. Not a mixture of curiosity and just general wariness of the definitely armed, definitely less than ideally. Y'all aren't clean. You've been in a few fights with ghouls and...
I'm immaculate.
Alright, look, you're not injured, but there might be some goo in some places.
You're also carrying a filthy little...
Yeah,
Gremlin.
you're right.
You're also carrying
Definitely carrying you.
I think a bone skull. Aren't we carrying those with us?
Yes!
No, Carol has those.
One on each arm.
What are you showing? You just have a couple of skull pauldrons.
He put
Yeah,
some.
you
He
don't
put some rope through the eye sockets, slung it over his shoulder.
You're not exactly the picture of people that a bunch of impoverished, forgotten by the city people should, that's not the embodiment of trust for these people.
Look, I understand you're all very wary of us and everything, but, we're trying to get to the bottom of your problems and hopefully remedy the situation. I understand that you find us distrusting, but we only seek to provide a benefit to you.
And
If anyone knows anything about such a creature, so we can track it down and see what it might be, if it's in any way associated with what we found there, that would be quite helpful.
Amberly, you said this looks like an impoverished kind of area.
Mm-hmm.
Carol's gonna set down his skulls and go through his bag, and he's gonna pull out the rest of the petron meat, because it still has 20 pounds that still need to be treated, and it has been less than a day. But he's gonna be like, here, we can't use all of this, so it'd be better to give it to you guys and you can spread it out.
That's a great point.
And you see someone else, kind of the one talking to you. It doesn't move, but someone else sort of scurries up and
That sounds like a delicious toasty. Thank you for the hydrate and posture check.
Kind of looks at you, nods, and moves over to where a fire has kind of been set up. And as they're sort of prepping it, a small halfling woman sort of nervously approaches. A couple of us have seen a really big owl flying out of the cenote at night sometimes.
Oh. It passes through this area regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So you
Well, this is currently...
only see it at night.
Only at night, and that's why we mostly keep to up on the scaffolding. None of us want to be that close to it.
Smart.
Very good, yes.
A large spotted owl.
Has it ever attacked anybody here?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Ooh. You said that the skeletons that we fought had the feathers on them, right?
The altar did.
Oh, the altar did. I don't know what the chances if we took any of the feathers with us. Probably none, because we didn't say
Probably
it.
not, you didn't say anything, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, it looked like this, but that's fine.
Big Bird is real, yes. Oh my gosh. So presumably, during the day, it's in there, then.
You see them shrug. Dunno.
Oh, it's a clue we didn't have before. You can see it at night.
Either it's in there, or it doesn't look like an owl during the day.
Yes.
Where owls? Okay.
Where owls?
Do you usually see them every night, or?
I mean, I'm not looking every night.
Does it feel like, the times that you have seen it, does it feel like it's at around the same time of day? Or does it feel like it's kind of random? Sometimes you just see it, if you happen to be looking that way.
More that.
Okay.
It's just really unnerving. It feels like a... I don't know, something just seems wrong with it.
Hmm.
And you never notice it go in. You only notice it come out.
No, I've seen it go in.
Okay.
It flies in and out.
Has it done it so recently?
Yeah,
Last night?
tonight.
You saw it leave tonight.
Not.
Oh. You saw it come in.
Wait,
Or
right now?
go in tonight.
Yeah, it is night right now. I mentioned that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's moonlight right now. It's not daylight right now.
Oh, did it go in or out this time?
Out.
Yeah. Yes.
So-
It's not.
Left a good hour and a half before you did.
Alright.
Oh,
so it's
we
before-
must have just
before we got
missed
down there.
it.
So
Wait.
We
we
could,
have a choice.
if it comes back, we could set up to try to catch it or trap it.
We could, yes.
What do you think?
Did somebody? I didn't hear what.
What do you
get
think,
quiet.
Deet?
What do you think, Deet?
Both of you two assume Deet actually thinks.
Deet's trying to steal all the meat that I just gave away.
Just drooling there. There's just like a small puddle on the ground.
I will say, as you also stood down here, there is... It's hard to ignore the sounds of definite... There's lights and noise. Like, you can hear music filtering down. There's something going on in the city around you as
Oh,
you're down here.
right.
Like a festival or a war?
Music.
Music. You're hearing like
Alright, music.
jovial, like so. Yeah, you're hearing music, and there's
Not heavy
definitely
metal.
Sabathon.
jubilant.
Looking towards the crowd, is there somewhere else you can
And yeah, but you
go?
can't really. Oh, the crowd of the people down here.
Yeah. Is there somewhere else that you all can be to be safe? Come later this evening when it returns.
Kind of shrug.
Because if it comes down to a fight, it would be better if you're not caught up in.
I certainly
Not
didn't choose to be here in the
really?
first place.
Yeah, it's you. This is sort of the safest. You assume we're here because this is a dangerous place.
No,
No.
I'm saying it will become very dangerous to be in this exact room later.
This
there's
this
somewhere
room.
you can
this room.
Okay.
In this exact space, there may be a fight.
We're not standing in the tunnel entrance at this point, right? We've
No,
left
you're,
the
you're in
area,
this
Isaac.
okay,
So
yeah, you're in
if we're talking about setting up a trap for this thing by the tunnel, I think they'll be okay.
Okay.
Because we're not by that.
How far from the tunnel are we?
I'd say you're
Because I thought we were like 15 feet from the tunnel.
No, this is a massive like abandoned, effective like quarry.
Okay.
So you're like definitely would have had to move over by some scaffolding in order to to have these conversations.
Okay. I mean, are we still like within 60 feet of it?
probably, roughly.
I have an idea for us.
And what I will, and to continue again, there's a lot of people in this town right now, based on the amount of noise happening up above you.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
What?
So many people are gonna die.
Oh,
Anyways,
no.
Yeah, we should probably go. We should probably go investigate what's going on in the rest of the town before we commit to this whole trapping the creature down the tunnel exit sort of thing.
Might be a good idea, yes. And if Leandra will turn to like a group of people, if we do end up going along with that plan, and if there does turn out to be a fight, if you don't have anywhere else to go, that, which, but please try to stay as far away from us as possible, yes, and don't get injured, please. Just in case. Just to put that out there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of looking around at each other and see a few shrugs in the crowd. So what we do basically every... Alright.
Yes, exactly.
Just saying.
Echo was saying hey
Which
to
means
Faye.
you're
Oh yeah,
probably
no, that's
trained for it.
call her Faye. That is not offensive.
Just don't do anything that attracts attention. Good.
Exactly. Yes.
Anyways, tally lads.
Yes. Thank you so much for all the information. You've been very, very cooperative. Yes.
Kind of continue to look at you oddly, but they don't get in your way as you try to leave.
Awkward.
Try to leave, yeah.
Not a matter of trying. You leave.
You leave.
We leave.
Oh,
Don't say
by
that.
the way, when I'm not about to body a bunch of villagers for no reason, but if they try and stop us,
Lamau, get
I got a 20-foot cone that says otherwise. Anyways,
What are you gonna do to the poor fucking homeless people, Isaac?
if they try to attack us, you will defend yourself.
They're homeless
Gonna throw
people
a
on the
latte
waste
at them.
side of a goddamn town celebration. I'm pretty sure.
If they are
That's not how you solve
psychopathic murder
homeless
hobos, then I
you're the
will
murder
defend
hobo here
myself.
at this
If they are
point.
not psychopathic murder hobos, nothing will happen.
No, they're not psychopathic murder hobos. So anything, they're looking at you like you might try to kill them at this point.
Just
Anyway.
regular.
Yeah, no, that's valid.
I mean, no, Leandra would just put him to
Anyway.
sleep.
Anyways,
Oh. See,
where
now,
was that?
now I'm really happy that I gave him the food because we don't deserve that.
What the fuck?
This is all meta for one. None of your
Yeah, it
characters
is.
know about this. No one knows about this line of thought. Also, as I've been trying to bring up, I don't believe I tracked income under like 2 sessions ago or last session. I don't know which it would have come up. Like,
I have
wasn't
it
there
written
money
down.
that we found?
There was, yes.
And how is it split up?
550 copper, 200 silver, and I think it was
I don't
I
believe
had gold before.
Yeah,
That
y'all
was
were trying to
per
split it
person.
up. No. I don't know if you ever split it.
I did. I had like written it down and
We
be
did
like,
split
this
it,
is how
yes,
much.
Yeah,
No,
I
no,
can't
but like
find
per
it.
person. Or was it that much per person?
Yeah, it was per person. I did the
that's
math
pretty-
on it because there was a lot of copper.
Okay.
It's 550 copper, 200 silver, and I think it was like 30 gold. I don't remember the exact number. I have 61, but I've been selling stuff, so who knows?
Well, I can go up and look.
Is
How much
it
gold do you have?
Text the boys.
I have 61.
It's Isaac. I'm just gonna find the numbers.
6.
I don't know where
nice.
it was. He was not listening. Steven had already broken it up and was telling you what the numbers were, but I'm gonna go look at them. Where is it?
Maybe
Here. Well, you hadn't broken up. It wasn't gold specifically. It was jewelry worth a certain amount of gold.
Ah, that's right. That's what it is.
So you have on your person. One of you on your person has jewelry and other trinkets worth 90 gold.
Mm.
And then the monetary situation was this. The straight money situation was that.
Yeah, that tracks.
But that's not it split up.
Right.
So that'd be, what, 500 silver and...
Yes. the numbers Steven kept saying, yes.
Oh, 500 copper. And 190 silver.
Alright. So you all make your way up out of the cenote?
Yes.
Alright.
Yep.
As you climb your way up out of the cenote and begin to enter the city of San Citadel proper. And as you do, you spot colorful flowers and paper decorations that hang between the buildings, the delicious scents that waft from food stalls at every street corner you start passing. As you're walking into the crowd, you see locals wearing elaborate masks and costumes that are celebrating the streets. You see costumes that appear like well-dressed skeletons. You also see well-dressed skeletons walking alongside pompous-looking business barons and mischievous children in devil costumes that poke at onlookers with little tiny toy tridents.
So these are dressed up
Jesus.
skeletons, not people dressed up
There
as
are-
skeletons.
Yes, there are people who are dressed in costume, and there are actually walking skeletons
Okay,
How baffling.
Hey.
right.
that are all dancing and celebrating with each other. As well as the occasional, it almost looks like spectral figure. Here is, oh, dang it, I don't have that copied anymore because I had to copy down those numbers. To give you an image of this,
That was
had
an evil
image of
laugh.
it.
That was actually supposed to be an evil laugh.
Oh my god, come here,
No.
come here! Doesn't want to be here, there you go. And it is very apparent that you have arrived in San Citadel right as the festivities for the Night of the Remembered are in full swing.
Right,
That's amazing.
how are we gonna find the murderous owl in between all of that? If it's even
Well, as you say that, you all spot, because your passives are all high enough for this, you notice some folks on the street pointing up at something in the sky.
Oh, that's how.
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
It could be a woman.
It's time to fight the boss. It's here to fight us all.
A lot of assumptions.
Very a lot of assumptions, Mr. I want to set a trap in the tunnel.
Hey, I had an idea.
That
but we
wasn't
could
even
do-
my idea.
Oh, that's true. That wasn't Isaac's idea. That was Cause. I'm sorry.
I could just do
It's a
it right
tripping-
now. Just fire.
You can't take credit for that idea.
You assume you see the owl. You just see people pointing at the sky. You don't know what they're pointing at.
Okay.
I'm looking
We'll
up
look
at the
up
sky. What is it?
and see.
You don't see anything.
Oh. Well, that's disappointing.
Whatever they're pointing at, it's gone now.
Oh.
We can
False.
only notice that they're pointing, but we can't look up and be. It's
We don't
Whatever
see
it
it in time.
was probably in movement. You saw them pointing up at it, at whatever it was, and whatever we're looking at has since vanished.
That's fast.
And you know who saw it.
Okay.
You know who saw you.
Did they point straight up or did they point like on an angle?
Or point, I mean, they're as a person points up. You know, they're pointing up.
Well, if they're pointing in a direction, it probably also went that direction. So
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't. They could be.
We go over to those people.
Yep.
We should ask him what they saw.
How?
Also, I'm also thinks he's definitely gonna use like dancing lights around him in the parade.
Yeah, okay. I was like, not that you need to. You can see. It's perfectly lit up. But yes, if you want
Nah, this is just a parade.
All right.
Might as well have some fun while we're entering the.
Why not?
Oh god.
So you approach the people.
We approach the people.
All right. They don't really notice your approach. There's a bunch of people passing close by them.
Salutations.
Oh, hello.
We noticed you pointing up to the sky. Did you see something flying through?
Yeah.
Big owl-looking thing?
Yeah.
Which way did it go?
Huh?
Which way did it go?
I don't know.
What do you...
I think in that direction. Give me a survival check or perception.
Does it have to be me specifically, or can it be the people
You're
also
the
with
one
me?
You're the one. I mean,
I can offer. Wait, hold on.
you're the one
I
asking,
can
but
offer
you
a
can
help.
offer if you want assistance. You can ask for assistance.
I would offer assistance, but if you look at Kara right now, he is doing his best to not socialize with a single human living being within the vicinity and is shrinking back as much as possible.
Hold Dita on my shoulder and just like,
I actually have proficiency. It's not a good proficiency, but
it helps.
Something.
Yeah.
So are we
Oh, it does
doing
not
it
like
together, or
that.
just help? Is it a help action?
Up to you.
what's your survival, Isaac?
It's gonna be based off of my wisdom, right? So that's gonna be a +3.
You should do it. I'll help you.
Okay. Thank you. Advantage, go! That's a 20.
So
You're not.
Dirty.
Oh,
So
Dirty,
very
yeah,
thirsty.
20. Yeah.
So based on that and where they're pointing, it's like, oh yeah, it's flying that way. You're able to you clamber up a nearby light pole, we'll say. You have Deep clamber up a light pole, sort of scout out, and Deep manages to catch a glimpse of this owl as it's flying in the direction of a more well-off point of town.
Let's go. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go fuck up the 1%.
let's
Jump
help
up,
now.
grabs the... That's what everyone... And starts heading in the direction the owl went, I guess.
Okay.
Also, gotta say, love the fucking art. Like, that is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It is very nice.
Like, holding Deep full arms extension over my head to give them vision. So they're like 10 feet up in the air in Yua's hands.
Alright. So you guys start just going in the direction that was pointed out to you. Weaving your way through the crowds, and the occasional scout sort of looks past you like, oh, watch where you're going, and one of you at some point goes through a spirit. It's very strange for a second. Much apologies. So assuming depending on who is in the party who did that, I'm sure many apologies were had, because that's probably quite invasive for that poor spirit. And you head into the...
Have fun with your friend Gushy.
You head into this district, and you see many large houses that have been converted into apartment buildings. And you realize that what you were seeing wasn't the upstanding, like the fancy rich part of town, no, it probably was at one point, but has since fallen to be more, these are all converted manors that are now apartment buildings. And one such, as you near, you spot...
It's one hell of an Airbnb.
Still crowded here.
You manage to follow the tracks and sure enough spot one such Vicinidad.
That was a question. It only just struck me, Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen asked if it was still crowded.
Yes.
Honestly, I've been rolling for it this entire time.
Very crowded.
Yeah.
You would like reach back with her tail to like let I don't know for like
there's absolutely going to be a point where Karo is just going to like run down a side alley where there's not people and just stop for a bit.
Aw, buddy.
When Karo does that, Leandra would would want to give Karo space, but also be like at the end of the alley, just mostly making sure that no strangers come into the alley, hopefully, if she can stop them at least.
I think a muggle also shared the image. What?
What? What did you do?
What does muggle do?
It's been altered.
It has been. I'm just trying to find out how.
Yeah. What did you do?
We're all like, what did you do?
Oh,
Alright,
I found them. Yeah. That was good. That was wonderful.
What?
Yeah, no. You'll know it when you...
God damn it.
I
feel like an idiot.
I see it.
I'm an idiot. I don't see it.
You and me
Alright.
both did.
Right side of the image.
Right?
Oh my god. Find him,
That's immediately what it reminded me of.
Find him, Isaac. Where is he? Isaac? Where is he? We've never been good at these.
It's a good spot for it too because of the
It's a good
colors.
Yeah.
It's on the right edge of the image.
Right edge?
Right edge.
Oh.
Right edge of the crowd.
There's... Oh my god.
There he is. We found Waldo.
There he is. There's
Here's
Waldo.
Waldo.
I had to expand it to really see the detailed eyes and the cap. I hadn't expanded it yet. Oh
Okay.
my god.
So Karo panics and dips into an alleyway.
Yeah, sorry, I know I'm derailing.
No, this is good. This is fine. Please interact with the scene.
Yeah.
Roll a perception check to see if Yua notices. Because Yua's probably like trying to charge ahead. Oh, that's...
So, for
Yeah, I think
Leandra,
Yua would finally notice after a few feet.
Leandra, since you're already there, you can see that Carl's just kind of like screech back to a point to where the crowd is still obviously visible and you can hear it, but it's just a little bit quieter, and he's just kind of just standing there, just kind of like breathing a little bit heavy. It's just like, he's just taking a minute.
Okay.
Pete's gonna hop over onto his shoulders and then hug the side of his head.
I don't like crowds.
You hear the weirdest, like, gurgling purr, too.
It's like a pug.
Yeah.
It's okay. Okay.
Hold on, I definitely. I'm gonna go try out and maybe find someone to buy the mask of. Maybe.
Okay. Sure. So you wander up, and there's many stalls. We'll say, yeah, you could probably find a stall that's
Just find a
selling-
merchant like tug on the coat or something because he says, "Hello."
Hello. You're not
Yes, I'm a little fox. How much for one mask, please? Big one, please. For
Big one?
not me, for some bigger.
Well, let's see. Big mask. So probably a Dunrock. Yeah.
I have literally no idea what not any of these creatures are. Just give me a big mask that
Okay.
hides the face.
All right. Couple silver, and he hands you paper mache
A
mask.
couple of silver, okay. Here's the silver husband, here's the silver wife. Gives him 2 pieces of silver and leaves.
Right, yeah, hands you a paper mache mask depicting the face. It looks a bit like a Monopoly man.
A Monopoly man.
Wait,
Pieces, buddy.
We're not gonna look around this crowd and actually find someone that looks like Waldo, are we?
No.
No.
Oh god, what have you done?
Please,
It's just
God,
a
no.
Monopoly man. Gotcha.
Yeah, but like a very satirical. If you want to look into it, I'll have you make a check. But you gauge that there's some satirical reasoning for this mask just by the way it looks.
No, he just quickly runs back and like plops it onto Kara's head like, yeah. That way people don't see you. That helps, right? I don't actually know how that works, that social anxiety thing. That helps, right?
Yukaro,
Looking
you've had a mask that has a vague resemblance to a Monopoly man slapped on your face. It barely fits. It's probably more geared towards an adult human than you, but it'll work.
In this instance, Carl's just gonna kind of nod shakily and kind of adjust the mask so that he can't actually look through it, but he could still see downwards.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
Just for your information, Amberly, you can decide it, or I can figure out a good spot for it. Until he's comfortable, I just want to roll with a -2 to everything.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we had not. It was a good point. We hadn't thought about a mechanic for the social anxiety. We can, if you continue Karo, we'll on another thing. We might come up with a better, proper mechanic for that. But that'll do for now.
Oh.
So I will say, since you have spent this time in the alleyway, you probably have lost the trail of the owl, lost sight of it fully at this point. You know it is probably gone somewhere in this district of the vicinidads, but where specifically at this point you're unsure.
Looks up high. What is the spacing of the buildings? And what are the levels of the rooftops?
I mean,
Varied. They're varied. I mean, they're not like crammed up together, but there's not huge margins of space between these buildings, and
So relatively thin alleyways?
Mhm.
Okay. And but how hard do you think it would be to clamber up to get to one of those rooftops?
not too difficult. They're not like concrete blocks. There's plenty of brickwork. There's plenty of molding and places where there's decorative roof elements and windows and whatnot.
Well,
An athletics check will be required, but it's not going to be like
did
that's
you want
not
to go up
20.
to the roofs with me?
Vaults
Okay.
back over to
You was
Eula
going-
and just starts standing on her shoulders.
Starts climbing between two alleyways and starts making her way up.
Totally using your
Organize
horns as handlebars.
I believe that probably happens a lot with this little guy. Honestly.
Nice.
So athletics check.
Yeah, give me a couple of athletics checks.
Climb. A couple.
Or I was going to say one for each of you if you're both climbing, but if you're just carrying the...
Just one.
Okay.
Okay. 14.
14. Yeah, you managed to scramble up using your claws to get up to the top of one of, well, won't see the top, but up reasonably high on one of these buildings to get a decent look over this area for a few blocks. Well, not a few blocks, but like that, you can see further down each way of the street than you could previously. Give me a perception or survive.
Perception or survival?
Perception or
Can I
survival.
take Deet's assistance for an advantage on the survival check?
Yeah. So you can both make separately, you can advantage each other, whatever you would like to do, whichever one of you is rolling.
I'll give you advantage, buddy.
I'm gonna do that. Thanks. You get a message from Carl. He just says thanks.
It's like, no problem. I don't see anything with an 11.
You assume you don't see anything with an 11.
With an 11, what do I see?
You see... my brain just went completely blank for a second.
The owl pecking out your eyes.
The owl pecking at you. It's come for you.
You get up on the roof and there's Waldo.
Kill it!
Not too far away, you do see a Citadel where a woman is kind of stood in front of it, sort of clearly perturbed and sort of looking around and seems to be like picking up something off the ground. You can't make out exactly what it is from the distance because she's a high height distance. You can see farther, so she's like a good 100 feet away, so you can't see exactly what she's picking up off the ground, but you can see there is a woman.
Yu is going to gesture in that woman's direction and just start running.
Okay.
Like traversing the rooftops to get to them.
Okay. Do you convey this to the people on the ground?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
like gesturing on the rooftops within their line of sight in that direction.
Okay.
Because
seem to have found
expect that
something.
they'll be easy.
And now they're gone.
They're gone.
But,
Do you follow?
big guy, ready to go back out?
Nods. No. Yes, no.
Well, how about you just close your eyes, Leandra gets on your shoulders, and she just stares you.
Just steers you! Not lead you by the hand, steer you.
Yeah.
I feel like it might
I'm actually not
see
sure
for-
Leandra would hold on to Carol's hand standing next to her with the height difference.
You have to reach up.
No, on the shoulders.
Yeah, that's okay. It's just he's not gonna be very responsive, but he'll follow whatever lead y'all put him through.
Okay.
So it.
Alright, let's say you managed to... I'm not gonna be mean, you do manage to guide Caro and follow the two lizardy individuals jumping between the roofs here. Draconically lizardy individuals jumping amongst the...
That's right, you're a lizard man now. Screw that.
reptilian in nature!
No, we gotta insult you and do it.
I can't win. There's no way.
No, it's not against you. It's against you. Trust me.
You make your way to the Vecindad, and as you reach it, you see that the front entryway of the building, like the little fence outside the gate up to the front door, is just littered in these feathers.
Littered in feathers?
Littered in feathers, and up front there is a woman who is sort of shaking, looks visibly distressed as she's sort of picking up feathers and looking at them and murmuring to herself in the local language of the area.
Anybody speak that language? And let's hope they speak common.
Guaranteed.
Wait.
Hello there.
The woman looks up. Hello?
Did you happen to see the creature that left those behind?
Yes?
Do you know which way it went?
Come with me. You don't know much about this creature. You should come with me.
I'm
And
sorry?
come with me. Come inside. And as she sort of walks up to the house and beckons you to follow her into the manor.
I guess we're following her. Do we
Sure,
have to?
why not?
Hmm,
Inside check first.
uncomfortable.
Go ahead.
Inside is a +2, so we'll... That's a dirty 20.
Alright, so first of all, thanks. What you're going to notice, specifically about this woman, that is the woman from the locket.
Ow!
Oh!
The second thing, based on 18, you do not sense, you don't sense any hostility towards her. You sense, I mean, she's clearly shaken up by whatever she saw, whatever she's learned, whatever she knows. It upsets her. And it does not have any... Her wanting you to come inside seems to be less about wanting to do anything harmful to you, and more that this is not a discussion for the street.
I
Okay,
think we
fair.
follow him.
Alright, so you follow the woman inside, and you enter, and this manor shows its age, but the building itself is well cared for. And like the rest of the city, it's cheerfully decorated for the festival. Just inside the main communal area of the building, you see against one wall a colorful altar stands opposite the entrance. It's the first thing you see. The tiers of it covered with sketched portraits. And and it's laden with decorations.
Is there a little chair or stool somewhere?
No real chair or stool. There's an image of it. It's definitely an ofrenda.
Yes, that is.
It's definitely an ofrenda. You don't see a chair nearby it. It's more or less it's mostly standing height. There are some lower tiers, but it's not.
No, like in the room.
Oh, in the room. Yes,
Sure.
but the woman is guiding you past that point and upstairs to one of the apartments.
Mhm.
Is there a chair or stool in the apartment?
Getting to that point. We're getting there. So the woman guides you up to her apartment, and once she enters it, what is the discussion? Here we go. And it's the apartment, and it's a two-room affair. There's a living area, which has its own ofrenda, featuring a stern-looking man, as well as some various, chairs and things which to sit on. You also see an entrance to what you assume must be a bedroom. But as soon as you enter the room, the woman, she carefully closes the door and sort of looks at you, and clearly still she is sobbing at this point, and looks at you and says, "Are you here to kill my son?"
Oh no! Don't tell me that the owl creature is your son.
Finks pushes over a chair so he can hop onto it to look eye to eye. Well, greetings, first of all. Name is Finks. Who are you? And also, why does the place that contains this owl have your face in it? Holds out the pennant. Well, actually, you have almost answered that question with the question of if that it's your son. Mind to explain that?
My name is Doña Rosa. That creature is my son, Serapio.
Who's the father? Looking down, up and down her.
He was a man named Orencio.
That was the
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the
Follower?
yes, the follower that you had read about from
Yeah.
that woman's book, the follower of Pazuzu. He, awful man. I did not know at the time. He was executed years ago after I exposed what he had been up to.
Did he? He didn't. Somehow, I don't mean to say sacrifice because obviously he's still alive, but did he make some kind of a deal or something for your son to, or well, not for that, but that where the consequences were that your son was changed?
Orencio did not. He died long before this happened.
Oh.
But I assumed he was ill. Hold on. I'd
I know
never.
that point.
The boy never knew about his father.
If that wasn't why he was executed, what exactly had his father been up to?
Well, no, his father was a servant
Oh,
of some demon. He cavorted with them. My son had nothing to do with it. The boy never knew his father.
no. Since the father was dead long before, obviously they never knew each other. How did the father? What did he do? What?
I couldn't tell you exactly. I just know he was a servant of some sort of demon. I found notes and ritual books and blood rites.
The name Pazuzu doesn't happen to ring a bell.
That name was in some of them. Yes, I could not read the foul language in those books.
I don't suppose you still have them.
No, they were burned before he was executed.
Probably.
Get rid of them.
Potentially.
Please. My son is cursed. I thought he was ill. He came here. He could barely hold himself together. He ran in and he said there was some sort of guilt he felt and that he couldn't hide it any longer, and he told me what he was and then turned to this owl and fled and please.
I'm sorry. He felt guilt. Why? And what did he tell you that he was?
He said this he'd been turned into some sort of creature, that he was responsible for the Serrano, and then he fled. Please, if you are looking for him to say, if you are hunting him, please do not kill him. He is my son. He is a boy. He is innocent. This cult has done something to him. Please, find a way to cure him.
We will certainly try. Do you have any other information that could perhaps help us in figuring out what happened to him and how to potentially cure him? Anything at all, like even the smallest detail.
I'm unsure. If you bring him here, I might be able to do something. Before we fled this area, before we fled where we previously lived due to Orencio's reputation, I was a bit of a healer. I might be able to do something.
Okay.
Or at least I can look after him until I find him help.
Do you know where we might be able to find him, potentially?
Let's see.
Any place he maybe went for solace or anything, really?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry, I wish I had more information. I didn't know this was happening to him until he came in here and told me he was responsible for the disease.
One more important thing, maybe to find him. His name?
My son? Serapio, I have told you his name.
Oh, sorry. You know, a lot to take in.
Yes, it is possible his employer would know where he is, Eatsman, but I don't trust that man. If you come looking for him, I have asked him about my son's whereabouts a handful of times, and he will refuse to tell me.
That's the tiefling that owns the mine, or the town around the mine?
Yes, honestly,
mayor?
I do not trust him.
So probably he sent him into the mine. He got caught, turned to a demon. My view so far, at least.
Do you know what your son did for Eatsman? Eatsman?
Eatsman, what my son do with Eatsman was... I'm not sure. He said he worked in the town. I assume he was helping with clearing it out or inspecting the mine in some fashion, but he never spoke to me of what he actually did.
Right.
He was like, God damn.
I have been rolling this entire time to break out of his social anxiety, and I have consistently rolled 2.
If you seek more guidance on this matter, perhaps pray to the Ofrenda. Sometimes the spirits provide guidance, especially on this night of the Remembrance. When their connection here is strongest, it might offer a token of remembrance, and perhaps your own ancestors can provide you guidance on any of these matters. Unfortunately, I am simply a mother who has made some very, very poor mistakes in the father of her child.
Well, we don't know what we don't know, sadly. Now, you said that he felt responsible for the disease. So, the disease...
So you do know about this disease?
Yeah. So they were clearing out that village at the mine before the disease started?
Yes. They'd gone over there before. The mine's been abandoned for ages now. I figured that they were either going to revitalize the town into something else or finally clear the area.
To rebuild them?
Or just take what they could and put it somewhere else. I don't know.
Fair enough. Alright.
Alright then, so find the big owl, restrain it, bring it back here. Anybody got a plan how to do that?
I suppose at some point we are gonna have to make one at least.
Finally rolled above a 10.
Yes!
Let's go!
I was adding -2. I literally got a -2 at one point.
Oh my god.
But did you roll a 0?
Buddy.
May as well, Ben. Fuck, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I rolled a 14 and a 15 because I was at disadvantage too. Just my own headcanon.
Jesus.
Anyways, listen. He's okay with small crowds, but there's so much going on right now.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
Zakaro, you are free from your social anxiety.
Oh, for now.
There's a distraught woman who has been offering as much information as she can. She's suggested praying to your ancestors or past family members at the Ofrenda, possibly for guidance that she cannot provide. She just wants her son back, is what you're gathering.
Carl will finally speak up. Your son is the large owl thing that we've seen, correct?
Yes.
Does he change back into a person, or has he stayed like that?
I've only seen him as a man, but that was the first time I'd seen the owl when he turned into it when he fled, but I don't know. I assume perhaps he's been the owl people have been saying they've spotted in the recent days.
The feathers that she was picking up, are they the same as the one in the cave?
Yes.
We...
Actually, what's the state of those feathers? Like, do they also look dirty, or are they more, like, clean?
They also look dirty.
Okay.
At this point, you're pretty sure that just is part of the whole type of demonic influence that this is that they're just kind
part
of
the aesthetic.
it's just kind of accurate.
Dirty feathers to spread disease.
Yeah, and not like dirt in the sense of like dusty dirt. It's like they're oily.
Okay. Right.
It's like it's just nasty.
We already know where he goes. We could just wait for him to come back and try to catch him.
Yes.
It's most likely the smart thing. So, sounds like a plan.
Right.
Isaac, you're very quiet.
Sorry.
Just on the sake of arguments, though, Carl will go up to the friend. I mean, she said leave an offering, right? If I remember those correctly.
Pray to the ancestors, she said.
Yes. Yeah,
give an offering for guidance to your.
Mm-hmm. Ancestors and family are important to Karo. So he's actually going to take one of the... I would think it's really messed up if I took up that big-ass heart and throwed it on her Ofrenda, but I don't think she would appreciate that very much. But he will take one of the antlers and kind of set it up nicely and maybe grab some of the flowers from the side and put them on a couple of the points and just ask for some guidance.
Okay. So, what deceased ancestor or loved one do you think Carr would be reaching out to in this instance? That would an offering of this type would be for?
To his great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
So as you do this, you feel a presence sort of manifest itself. You don't see anything, but you can feel a comforting presence suddenly manifest itself in the vicinity. And you feel as though something reaches and gives you a gentle touch on the shoulder, providing you with the charm Guidance of the Remembered. So, while you have the Guidance of the Remembered, you can cast Speak with Dead during a long rest to contact the spirit of a friend or family member without that spirit's corpse. The answers will manifest in a whisper that only you can hear. The charm does not function if the spirit you try to contact is undead or was a target of Speak with Dead within the last 10 days. And once you use it, it vanishes from you. But basically, you will be able to, if at any point you take a long rest before the end of this adventure, you will be able to commune with a dead spirit of your choice. Of a loved one of yours.
Don't need a body.
Don't need a body. Yeah. You can just say hi to great grandpa if you so desire.
Speed dial.
Speed dial to great grandpa.
Sounds good.
Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, great Gramps.
So, is there anything else you wanted to do?
Physically more at ease. Just, yeah, he looks more at ease now after that.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you wanted to do? Alright. What are you doing?
Planning probably how we're gonna.
Planning? Mm-hmm.
Alright then.
We know that he was in the cave we came out from. We could set up a trap to try to catch him. Since he comes back there. I mean, he was there before we got here, so.
Yes. And it seems likely enough that that is where he spends his days. So.
Sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
It's the safest way to do it.
We go back there.
So you're leaving the Vicinidad?
Yeah.
He's gonna go over to Leandra and ask for help.
Oh.
Oh.
Leandra will absolutely help in any way she can. How can I help?
There was only.
I just don't like crowds.
Oh.
There's only like. Is it like overwhelming sound? Maybe deafness would help.
What?
Just make Caro deaf for.
Do we have calm emotions?
That's might not last long enough for the amount of ground we're covering. It's only like
Not
a minute.
likely. Just gonna ask for help just to get through the area. He doesn't feel comfortable.
Would it help if I stay close to you, darling? Or held your hand or your shin or
Just hold your cap. I'll just hold the back of your cap. What if I put a hand on your ass?
What if she sits on your shoulders with her legs around your neck?
I don't even know how to respond to that properly. It's just, he'll try to like shrink himself down a little bit so that he can reach out a hand to hold on to her.
Okay.
and Leandra
you're-
will like reach up as far as she needs to hold his hand.
Right, we're gonna stop this in just a second, but the final thing here is after you finish prepping and move to leave the Vicinidad, you spot, as you're leaving the building, you spot a familiar shape.
Uh-oh.
Eatsman, walking up to the Vicinidad. He spots you, turns, and runs. And that's where we're going to stop.
Let's see how far he can fucking get. I hope he has bonus action dash, motherfucker.
I'm
Yes.
guessing that crash of rubble we heard was no coincidence.
Oh no!
Oh,
I promise.
the
no.
He's about to be
bastard.
weaponized.
Oh.
There's something in this moment that is like that draconic predator instinct that just activated in Yua, and she's about to run this fucker down.
The fucking like
sure.
red lens flare.
Do we have anybody that's faster than you? Because otherwise we're not going to be able to question him anymore after G's done with him.
I'll save it for next time,
Save
but
it for
because we're
next
not
time, yes.
we're not in the crowd yet, I have a way to track her, so it's fine.
Yeah,
My concern-
that's Hunter's mark on Yua.
My concern is more that you will actually catch up to him. Then we can't question him anymore.
Oh no, on Eatsman, fuck that, Yua. We'll fight you eventually, but if we track them, if you lose them, we got them.
All right, but yes, that is where we're going to wrap up for right now.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I will be back after I send my folks off.
Yep, same.
Oh yeah, Yua has a speed of 40, so if she dashes with Step of the Wind, she gets 120 feet of movement. So I think the only one who's going to be trying to keep up with that is going to be little Phoenix.
Thanks. 90 feet, yeah.
Oh. Oh, bombshell there at the end. Oh. Oh. Let's see. Where can I send you guys? Not many people on right now. But so let's go celebrate Costa di Wien. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I do hope you enjoyed the stream. I will be back again tomorrow. We will continue Baldur's Gate. Probably, I'd say 2 or 3 more streams of Baldur's Gate, because we are starting to get closer to the end game. But there is still a bit to do before we're actually there. So, plus there's a whole lot of stuff that I don't know about because I messed up so many people's, like, Jaheira's, Karlak, Shadowheart's quests, all of that in my playthrough of the game. I completely messed up all of that. So I have no idea how any of that plays out. So I'm actually going to have to figure things out as we go. So maybe it's closer to 3-4, I don't know. But it'll be fun either way. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night. And if I don't see you tomorrow, then I hope to see you soon. Have fun with Costa. Bye-bye for now. Bye. Goodbye.